my diabetes, my numbers been high. So they just wanted me to, he's like, Dad, you can't do drink champs. I said, yo, I ain't gonna drink or smoke.
Irv Gotti's funeral wasn't just emotional, it was unreal. The hip-hop world was already reeling, but no one expected his ex-wife, Debbie Lorenzo, to steal the spotlight with a tribute that left everyone speechless. What did she say? Let's dive in.
What people should expect first and foremost is a massively entertaining and truly accurate to the culture series. I love to say, because Bossip, you guys are about the culture. And this series is all about the culture, man.
Irv Gotti didn't just make music, he made moments. The beats, the hooks, the unforgettable anthems that defined early 2000s hip-hop, that was Gotti. As the mastermind behind Murder Inc. Records, he helped launch careers, dominate charts, and leave a permanent mark on the industry. But now, the world is reeling. His journey started in Queens, New York, where music was more than just a hobby. It was survival. Gotti hustled his way into Def Jam Recordings, where he helped bring DMX into the spotlight with It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That album didn't just top the charts, it shook the entire rap game. And then came Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, where Gotti's fingerprints helped craft the sound of a legend.
Murder Inc. came across the TV, riddled with bullets. I start screaming, that's it. I'm going crazy in my house. Like, just imagine me by myself in my boxes and a t-shirt. That's it. Because at the time, the two biggest labels was Death Row and Bad Boy.
His biggest move came in 1999 when he co-founded Murder Inc. Records. With Ja Rule, Ashanti, and a lineup of hitmakers, Gotti created hits like Always on Time and Foolish. His secret? He blended hip-hop and R&B like nobody else. Murder Inc. wasn't just a label, it was a cultural movement. Of course, Gotti's journey wasn't all smooth. The 2003 money laundering trial cast a shadow, but he walked away acquitted. The music slowed down, but the legacy stayed strong.
Sad news out of the music world this morning. Famed hip-hop music executive Irv Gotti has died. Gotti, born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr. in Queens.
Irv Gotti's passing hit the world like a gut punch. One moment, fans were reminiscing about his game-changing music. The next moment, headlines were everywhere. Irv Gotti, music mogul and hip-hop pioneer, dead at 54. It didn't seem real. On February 5th, 2025, Irv Gotti passed away at just 54 years old, leaving fans, friends, and family in shock. His death was officially announced later that day, with his funeral set for February 18th, 2025. A final farewell to a music legend. The man who gave us chart-topping hits and unforgettable anthems was gone. His cause of death? A severe stroke. Gotti had been dealing with health issues for a while, diabetes, minor strokes, and the stress of a relentless career. He kept it quiet though, that was Gotti. He didn't want sympathy. He wanted his music to speak for itself. But this time, his body couldn't fight back. The news broke just hours later and social media exploded. Fans were heartbroken, celebrities were stunned. Ja Rule tweeted a single broken heart, insert post. Even those who hadn't worked with him personally shared their disbelief. Hip-hop had lost one of its architects. But beyond the headlines, there were three people who felt the loss more than anyone else. His kids, Angie, Sonny, and JJ. They were his world. Friends say Gotti lit up every time he talked about them, and now they were left to navigate life without their dad. In a statement they wrote, "Our dad was an incredible man, a true visionary who transformed the hip-hop industry and changed the game for artists and fans alike. His passion for music and dedication to his craft inspired many, and his contributions will continue to influence future generations." Additionally, Angie, Sonny, and JJ requested privacy as they grieve. As we navigate this difficult time, we kindly ask for privacy while we grieve the loss of our dad, son, brother, uncle, and friend. We take comfort in knowing that his spirit will live on through his music and the love he shared with all of us. Thank you for your understanding and support during this challenging time. The music industry will gather at the Greater Allen AME Cathedral in Queens, a place close to his heart. It won't just be a service, it'll be a celebration of his life, his music, and the impact he left behind.
Now I'm rebuilding my empire and trying to keep it together with my wife and kids. We may be separated, but I'll do anything for Deb. It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm getting back to the top.
Debbie Lorenzo's tribute to Irv Gotti didn't just touch hearts, it shook people to their core. No one saw it coming. After all, their relationship was complicated. They had their ups and downs, their messy moments. But when Debbie stepped up to speak at his funeral, it was like time froze. Her words were raw, real, and unforgettable. Debbie wasn't just Irv Gotti's ex-wife. She was his partner through the grind, the success, and the chaos. They met when Gotti was just a hungry producer with big dreams. She stood by him as he built Inc., watched him turn beats into hits, and saw him go from a Queens kid to a music mogul. They built a life together, raised 3 kids, Angie, Sonny, and JJ, and faced everything fame threw at them. Their marriage ended in 2013, and yeah, it wasn't a smooth split. There were headlines, rumors, and plenty of drama, but when Debbie took that mic, none of that mattered. Debbie Lorenzo didn't step up to a microphone to share her feelings about Irv Gotti's passing. She took to Instagram instead. Her words were simple but deeply emotional. They didn't just tell a story, they painted a picture of love, loss, and respect. In her post, Debbie opened up about their complicated relationship. She didn't sugarcoat it. "Irv, you will be greatly missed. I can't believe I'm saying that," she wrote. "Married, divorced, great friends, and so many life lessons. Everything we've been through, good and bad, has molded me into the woman I am today. God never wastes anything. He uses everything for his ultimate glory." She then shared a memory that stuck with her. She wrote about the nights Irv would stay up until the early hours of the morning, completely lost in his music. He'd sit in front of the speakers, playing beats over and over, trying to get everything just right. Sometimes he'd blast Ja Rule's demos so loud the walls shook. He was convinced he was sitting on a hit, and more often than not, he was right. Debbie also remembered the moment Ashanti's song Foolish hit #1. Irv's reaction was unforgettable. She described his face lighting up, his excitement impossible to contain. She wrote, "You shattered records and did it all on your own terms. You had a truly big heart." But the part that really hit people was when she spoke to their kids. Angie, Sonny, and JJ, through her post, "He loved you more than life itself," she wrote, "and now you're resting. Know that we raised 3 beautiful, compassionate young adults, and I'm honored that God chose us to be their parents. It brought me joy to see them take such great care of you. Rest well. I love you, my friend." Those words landed like a punch to the heart. People in the comments said they couldn't read that line without tearing up. Debbie's honesty, her vulnerability, it all made Irv feel real to people, not just as a music mogul, but as a dad who adored his children. Ja Rule, Gotti's ride or die from the beginning, was one of the first to speak out. He posted a single broken heart emoji, no words, nothing more. And honestly, he didn't need them. The pain was obvious. These two weren't just business partners, they were brothers in the game. From Holla Holla to Mesmerize, they built an empire together. And now, Ja was left standing alone. Ashanti, whose career skyrocketed under Gotti's guidance, shared a heartfelt post. "I can't believe things ended like this, and it makes me so sad. We weren't on the best terms the past few years, but as I've always said, through our ups and downs, I will forever be grateful for everything that you've done for me." It was a moment of honesty. Their relationship had been complicated. Public spats and messy interviews made headlines for years. But when it mattered most, she put the drama aside and showed respect. Fat Joe also weighed in, calling Gotti a genius who changed the sound of hip-hop. He shared stories of late-night studio sessions and Gotti's obsession with getting every detail perfect. "What a genius. God bless you, Irv, for all you've done for hip-hop. You changed my life and I will always love you, R.I.P." Joe said. That's how much he cared. Not everyone was kind, though. 50 Cent, known for his long-running feud with Gotti, couldn't resist taking a shot. He posted a meme that read, "I'm smoking on Dag Gotti pack. Now God bless him, LOL." The internet, of course, went wild. Some laughed, others called it tasteless. But hey, it's 50. If there's beef, he's cooking. Beyond the drama, the industry as a whole felt the loss. Jamie Foxx shared his condolences on Instagram, writing that Gotti's music and legacy will never be forgotten. Irv, you have spread a lot of love and a lot of wisdom to everyone that you met. Rest up, Fox wrote. His legacy isn't just about platinum records or chart-topping singles. It's about how he shifted the entire sound of hip-hop and R&B, leaving a mark that no one can erase. When Gotti first stepped into the music game, he wasn't trying to follow trends. He wanted to set them, and he did. Murder Inc. Records wasn't just a label, it was a movement. He brought us songs that had everyone singing along, whether you were in the club, driving with the windows down, or just vibing at home. Tracks like Down For You, Living It Up, and Always On Time didn't just stay on the charts, they stayed in our heads for years. But Gotti's influence wasn't just about catchy hooks. He had a gift for spotting raw talent and turning it into gold. He didn't just sign artists, he believed in them, pushed them, and made them believe in themselves. Ja Rule, Ashanti, Lloyd, they all credit Gotti for seeing their potential long before the world did. And let's not forget his production genius. He blended rap and R&B like no one else. While others kept the genres separate, Gotti mixed them, creating tracks that crossed boundaries and connected with everyone. Hip-hop heads loved the beats, R&B fans loved the melodies, the charts loved it all.
All the time. I tell them everyone is born, we all born, and we're all gonna die.
Beyond the studio, Gotti was a father first. He didn't just talk about family, he lived it. His kids, Angie, Sonny, and JJ, were his pride and joy. People close to him say his eyes lit up whenever he mentioned them. He'd brag about their achievements the same way he talked about his musical success. In interviews, he often said his greatest legacy wasn't Murder Inc., it was his kids. As a mentor, Gotti gave back to the culture that made him. He took young producers under his wing, sharing his secrets and encouraging them to break the rules and find their sound. He didn't hoard knowledge, he passed it on, knowing that hip-hop's future depended on fresh ideas. Irv Gotti's story doesn't end here. His music, his impact, and his influence live on. The beats he created, the artists he mentored, and the culture he shaped will never fade. What's your favorite Irv Gotti moment? Drop a comment and let's remember a legend.